Aries, take a look at that. That is one hell of a cosmic traffic jam on the pathway of your destiny. That's a build-up of planetary energy in your 12th house. Karmic planets there, what we call the North Node, Saturn, and the very, very idealistic and spiritual Neptune, with a debilitated Mercury, but only for a few days, up until the 3rd of March, when it moves out of that into your sun sign, giving you a little more intellectual confidence, I would say. So that stellium, as we call it, that's pretty important. It brings a lot of your attention and focus to such things as, remedying your past, overcoming some of those negative emotions that are unconsciously holding you back. Expenses, over generosity. 12th house is the charitable house of your horoscope. And all of that's happening in contrast to this very recent forward motion of Mars in your 4th house. So the 4th house is your domestic circumstance. There we also see around the 8th, the moon closing in on that, getting brighter and brighter. So that's good news for you if you've been struggling, because the retrograde planets usually indicate a difficulty in, manifesting what it is that you have planned. And so last month, on the 24th, Mars went stationary, then it started to move into its forward direction, giving you a much better opportunity to put those wheels in motion, especially on the domestic front, getting a new place, renovating, doing any sort of real estate or property investment. On the 14th, in your 6th house, we have that full moon, pardon me, and so that brings a lot of your emotional energy to this zone of work, focus, and detail. That again has a connection to this forward moving Mars, because it's in the zone of the moon. So the moon and Mars are pointing very strongly to domestic issues and resolving those sorts of things that are happening in your life. 4th house is also your peace of mind. It can make you a little bit edgy, to say the least, being in that 4th house. And energy levels also, because Cancer is the sign of debilitation, as we saw with Mercury in the 12th house in Pisces. Mars here in this sector is a little problematic for you, and it means you may not have the resilience or the energy to get your projects across the line right now. You have to be patient. You can't allow your emotions to boil over. And that's also connected to this 7th house, which is the zone of your most intimate relationships. Venus, placed in your sun sign on the 21st, the sun makes its entry there. Now that is definitely going to counter this debilitated Mars. Why? Because the sun is exalted in the sign of Aries. And for you, this is what we call a solar return, depending on the specific day you were born in Aries. But here we see quite a bit of power. It does have an adverse influence on Venus, and that adverse influence is due to the combustion of Venus. You'll notice by around the 25th, 26th, the sun will be moving away as it's the faster body. So relationships should improve if you've had some problems. Friendships are intense with the moon, that darkening moon in the 11th house, around the 25th, 26th, making contact with Pluto, which is a particularly transformative planet. So relationships, in terms of your friendships, will be very powerfully activated by that. And we'll see the last part of the month, especially on the 29th, the moon makes its way there into your sun sign. We mentioned the sun being there. New moon, self. This is an internal makeover, I would say. Something that is going to cause a big shift this month in you. And it all starts with yourself. Now take a look at that other very important transit of Neptune, the idealistic planet, making its way right at the fag end of the month to give you a whole new perspective on life. Do take a look at some of the additional readings we've done for you at astrology.com.au. We've got the daily, the weekly, the monthly reading in the text format there for you to fill in the gaps if there's areas that I haven't mentioned here in the video for you. You can get that information at astrology.com.au, along with lots of other free resources there to help you develop your psychic skills. And of course, I'm here if you need some help wading through the astrological principles. Personal reading is great for that. Please subscribe, help our channel grow a little bit, if not a lot. And I'll see you here same time next month. Take care now. Bye-bye.